How's it going, everybody? I'm on the sim right now, going to be testing out my new Bonney list for OP08. Check it out. It's mainly supernovas, not playing the Don Quixote package. I personally don't like that. Getting into a game against Pudding, I decided to go first. Played out my Bonney and I passed. With this matchup, I honestly feel like if you're swinging hard and heavy early, they're going to be taking most of those hits. So I swing 7. They take it. I use Bonney to search. Didn't see much, but I added another Bonney to my hand. As you can see, I at least have one of my Zoros in my hand. So once I get to 9 Dawn, I'm playing that as soon as possible. Swings at my Bonney. I let it die. Then my opponent is going to be playing out a Bond Clay to be able to ramp and pass its turn. Here I swing 5 with leader just to either get some counter or have him take a life. Countered. Then I played an Eroge, got a Dawn up, and I'm at 2 Dawn active, and I have a Punk Gibson in my hand. My opponent played a Newgate, adding a card to life, rearranging life. Then he's going to add a card to the top of the deck. My opponent still has 2 Dawn active, so right now he played out a Viola blocker and then set his life face down. Here I played a Cavendish to get that Dawn back. Weighing out my options at the moment, I do have a Bonney, so swinging with the leader just to see if I can get some counter. Got a 2K. So here I play out my Bonney, search. I already have a Cavendish on the board, even with an Eroge. So I took another Eroge just so I can have another blocker in hand. And then I passed turn, got my Dawn up. Now I'm at 3 active Dawn. Still have my Punk Gibson in my hand. This is going to be a little bit of a cheeky play, but since my opponent is swinging with Bond Clay, targeting my Cavendish for 6, what I'm going to do is use leader ability, rest his Newgate, go blocker, activate Punk Gibson to rest Viola, and now he only has 1 swing left, which obviously he took out the Bonney. It is what it is. Played an ace to gain a life, did not gain rush. I swung 5 at Bond Clay, got rid of that. Now I'm like, okay, I'm at 9. I know for sure I could play my Zoro and then get the 2 Dawn back with Cavendish. So I play that, swing at Viola just so I can get rid of a blocker. Got the Dawn, because I don't want to give him life. Not at the moment. Could be a trigger, it could be a Beji or something. So I swing 7. Okay, it is what it is. I lost the blocker, but now they're going to have to either commit to my life or my board. So now he swings 10 at my Cavendish. I rest his Newgate. Then I let it die. He's swinging 5 at my Eroge. I counter with one of my carrots. Plays a Big Mom. You know, we were expecting a Big Mom at this point. So I rest his board. Played Dofi, swung at leader. Hit a life. And now I just passed turn, got my Dawn active so I could rest if they play any other characters. At this point of the game, I'm kind of thinking damn, this board is pretty big. It's gonna be difficult to get around, first and foremost, right? And if they keep dropping these big bodies, it's gonna be very hard to deal with. So I blocked. He played another ace to gain a life. That's fine. Now here I was considering if I wanted to play the Rosinante and then play Bonney, so I can just get a big body and rest, but then he was gonna have two big ass big moms, or at least one ace. So I go with Dofi. I'm gonna swing at Newgate because it's either gonna force them to have to use a lot of counter or he's gonna die. Lets it go. So now this is when I'm really debating what I want to do. What play do I want to do? So I go attach one to Zoro. So here he has 4 cards in hand. I'm just baiting out counter at this point. So I swing 10 at ace. He counters with the 2K. All right. I'm going to swing 10 again. Counters out again. Okay. So I at least have one more swing with him. So I'm recounting my Dawn to see what else I could do, what play could I do, and if it was going to be smart to swing with Zoro right now. I decided it wasn't, so I deployed Bonney, I rested his Lin, and I swung 5 at life. Gave him a life, and at least I have one Dawn active to rest one of their swings, and my Zoro is not rested, so he can't be KO'd. So he decided to go after Dofi. I countered and I rested his other ace. He played a 9-cost Lin. He eventually put my Bonney on the bottom of my life, gained a life, and now swung 6 to leader. I had no blocker, I had to take it. So now I'm at 10. He has 3 big bodies rested, a Lin on board. So here is when I decide to start playing his board. So I swing at ace with Dofi, swing at ace with Zoro. 10 for 10, he's thinking about it, he lets that one go. That's when I decided, all right, I'm gonna go for the second one. Countered out of that, kind of figured. Then I was thinking, what am I gonna be doing next turn? So I restood him. I was gonna swing, but then I realized if I could just go with Bonney instead, then at least I have Zoro stood back up. Get rid of the ace. Now here I was like, okay, do I want to swing with Zoro? But I didn't, because if he was gonna be rested, I have no counter in my hand, I have no blockers. Zoro's gonna go, and I'm gonna lose my tempo. I'm not going to be able to keep clearing the board or attack life, so I leave him standing with an active Dawn up. So he goes a little Dawn invested into Lin. I have to let Dofi go, but I rest his other Lin. Goes all in on pudding and swings at life. I take it. Now here it's just one Zoro, so I'm going 9 to 9. Lets that go, so now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go after Lin now. I add 12, swing at 12, and he lets it go. So this is when I'm deciding, what do I want to do next, right? I still have 6 Dawn up, and I still could swing technically with Zoro if I wanted to, but weighing out those options, I decided not to restand Zoro, and instead I played one of my blockers, just in case they wanted to try to go all out swing into my Zoro. I can protect them for another turn. Swing 5 at life just to get the life down. Takes it, and I pass. Swings 5 to life. I counter, obviously, because I know they're going to be playing something. Plays an ace, gains a life, does not gain rush. So this is when I'm like, okay, play Hody, rest ace. I'm gonna get rid of ace. So 10 to 10, they have 2 cards in hand. They counter with a 2K. So I swing again just to see if I'm gonna get this attack through to clear ace. Ace is gone. So I go 5 to life, 8 to life, and I leave 1 Dawn active. Now that my opponent has a little bit more in hand, I'm getting a little bit more afraid that they might be dropping a Lin that I gave them from life or something of that sort. Because I do know at some point they're going to have a Beji because that's at the bottom of their life face up right now. My opponent goes 5 to life. I obviously have nothing to rest, but I use my free blocker because 7 obviously is going to protect me from a 5. They play 7 drop Lin trying to gain a life, but I hit it. So I lost the Hody Jones. It's okay. I swung 5 to life. They countered. I swung 7 to life with my blocker right here. I know it's kind of ballsy, but you'll see what I'm trying to do. So 7 hit. 9 stood him back up. So here, I was looking at his life. I know if I hit, he's gonna Beji me, for sure. But this swing with Zoro, they gave me all their counter out of hand to protect. So I was like, cool. That's a lot of cards out of hand. I'm gonna go 8 with Hody. Obviously, they used that to stop Zoro from attacking. Then I played down another blocker, just so I could protect Zoro. And I still have 3 Dawn up. Here he swings 5 at life and I rest Lin and I use my free blocker. Honestly, if he would have went Lin first, I would have had to lose that blocker, hypothetically. But knowing that he was going to play a Lin to trash my last life, I could have played things differently. But here went 9, hit last life, and 9 for game. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you later.